Pricing is the single greatest way to build a great business from the start or to dig yourself into a hole that you can't get out of. Most beginners are afraid of charging what they're worth, therefore they always undercharge. Well, in this video, we're gonna fix that. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Zach Vaught. Super excited to work with you today and help you brush up on your business acumen so that you can not just be a great woodworker, not just a great custom furniture maker, but also a great business owner. That is why this channel exists. So if you're finding me for the first time and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe if you want to continue to improve your business skills. I've got literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos on this channel. This is podcast episode 488 as I talk. And so I would love for you to come alongside me and let me help you become the business owner that you've always dreamed of being. And so with that, in this video, I want to talk about pricing. As you get started as a custom furniture maker, as a woodworker, pricing is one of the biggest questions I always get. It's one of the main things that guys really just struggle with. They have kind of this internal battle. They want to charge more, but they feel bad for charging more. They know that they're worth more, but they don't want to charge more, and it's a mess, okay? So I want to walk you through some principles today that's going to make pricing more straightforward and more easy for you to process through as you get started, okay? So here's point number one. You need to stop pricing based on what you would pay. This is the number one thing guys run into. I would never spend $3,000 on a table. I would never spend $5,000 for a table set. But these people that are buying ain't you, home dog. So quit worrying about what you would spend or what you would pay for and focus on what your target audience would pay for, okay? People in the upper middle class to upper class that have more disposable income, that are trying to build beautiful homes or trying to, build a new home, remodel a home. They want high quality, high-end custom stuff. So as you're getting started, position yourself like the best, be the best, and charge accordingly. So that's number one. Stop pricing based on what you would pay. You are not your customer, okay? Number two, follow a simple formula that works, okay? And as I give you this formula, let me just say this is not the end-all be-all to quoting, but it's perfect for guys that are just getting started because you don't know what your labor costs are going to be. As you start on a project, you're just shooting from the hip trying to estimate. And so a formula that has always worked for us that'll keep you safe and profitable is figuring out what your material costs are in a project and then dividing by 0.3. I've used this formula across my channel for the last 3 or 4 years, and I stand by it. I'm not saying divide by 3. I'm saying divide by 0.3. What this formula is we want material costs to be roughly 30% of whatever we sell it for. Now, the formula that I always used inside of my own custom furniture company and as we scaled was that I didn't want any more than around 30% in material costs. I didn't want any more than around 20% in labor costs. So if I'm selling, let's say, a $2,000 table, I didn't want to be in that product with labor and materials for any more than $1,000. That allowed me to profit $1,000 to cover marketing expenses, overhead, insurance, taxes, all of those things, and be able to reinvest back in the business and pay myself a healthy living, right? And so a simple formula that works is you want to make sure you're adding up material costs divided by 0.3. That's going to keep you safe. And again, a lot of you guys are like, well, that's not the best way to calculate. I'm not saying that it's the end-all be-all. I'm saying that it's a good formula when you're just getting started. You don't have true and accurate numbers in terms of labor. This is going to be a good base to get you started where you don't lose a bunch of money and you also don't grossly overcharge. That's number two. Number three, always price the project, not the hours. We need to quit quoting hourly rates. Let me just ask you something. If you could snap your fingers and build a $5,000 dining table, a 10-foot walnut table, and you could do it with just a snap of a finger, from the customer's perspective, does it matter whether you snapped your finger and have that to give to them or you worked for 300 hours on it? Does it really matter? If nothing else was different except the time, is there any more value attributed to the product just because it took you longer? No, it's not. So don't sell based on your time. The customer doesn't care how long it takes you. They care that they get a great product that's going to last, that you're going to stand behind if anything goes wrong. Don't price by the hour, price by the project. And then charge what's fair. That's the other thing I'll just say. And by the way, when it comes to pricing and what you're charging, you kind of have to feel it out. And as you get a stronger brand and you get a better reputation, you become well known in the community, you start charging more money. But when you're first starting out, be a little bit more on the conservative side, land deals, close deals, get reviews, build a reputation so that you can get some momentum. So many guys are like, well, I'm a great woodworker. I'm going to charge what I'm worth. They don't have a single review on Google or Facebook. They don't do any marketing. They haven't posted their Facebook page in the last 8 months. Nobody is going to know how great you are or be willing to pay you a gajillion dollars if you don't look like a strong brand. Number 4 is you need to raise your prices sooner than you think. Kind of what our model is with our clients that we work with is we want to start building a brand ASAP. So we want to start getting reviews. Anybody that we've ever done work for, we want them leaving us Facebook reviews and Google reviews. We want to start posting consistently to the page, building a website, really putting the pieces in place in terms of product catalog. And if you can do that, you can justify 10% price increases every 6 months for the next 2 to 3 years. Okay. I use that as an estimate. We have to see what the market's responding to. But you need to be thinking about your next price increase, which, by the way, this kind of math will just blow your mind. It blows my mind. Let's assume for a minute that you were running a big business. Let's say you had $1 million business and your net margins or net profits were 10%. Listen to this, it's crazy. So running $1 million business, you made $100,000. If nothing changes about the business, you don't hire more employees, your cost of goods don't increase, your marketing costs don't increase. But let's say that you're making $100,000 net at the end of the year and you implemented a 10% price increase across the board. And next year, you didn't change anything and you went from $1 million to $1.1 million. You would literally double profitability. It's crazy how powerful a price increase can be. I share that math just to show you that if you're like grinding, sometimes you're like a 5 to 15% price increase away from like a dramatically different outcome. So number 5, as you're figuring out pricing, just remember that you should always be collecting a deposit. Deposits are super, super important. 50% upfront, non-refundable. It's super, super important because as you are dealing with clients, as you're getting busier, you're going to have clients that are super great to deal with, easy to work with, and every once in a while, you're going to have a client come along that's just a nightmare, a pain in the neck. It's just the nature of dealing with the general public, okay? It's not anything that you're dealing with exclusively because you're in custom furniture. It's just the reality of selling to the general public. This should not be optional. It covers your material costs and it proves that the buyer is serious, okay? So also just a little cash flow management tip. Once you get this 50% deposit, you should not use that deposit for anything other than buying materials for that order and sitting on the rest of the money. I see too many guys that they get a deposit, they use that money to go buy a tool or they use that money to go do something else that they need to do. And then when it comes time to buy materials, they're having to steal the money from another order to buy the materials for that order. We don't want to do that, okay? So if someone won't put down a deposit, they were never going to buy. So you need to protect yourself, get non-refundable 50% deposits, and then quick tip, when you go to collect your second half payment, collect it upon completion of the order, not upon delivery or pickup. Okay, I learned this the hard way. And you also need to communicate this on the front end. So when somebody places an order, you need to let them know, hey, we require a 50% non-refundable deposit. And then the other 50% is due upon completion of the order, which means when we finish it up, we're going to send you photos, we're going to send you video of the order. And then as soon as we do that and all is well, we require the second 50% payment. Now, after that, we can schedule pickup and delivery. But the reason that we do that is because there's been multiple instances where we have finished a product and then the customer said that they didn't want it for 6 months, or they didn't want it for the next 6 weeks, or whatever that might be. And then we're stuck with the order and no money, right? We've already paid labor, we've already paid for materials, and so we need to collect that payment once we get done. Is that fair? If you communicate that on the front end, people won't object to it on the back end. But if you don't say anything and then you just say, oh yeah, 50% payment is due upon completion of the order, they're going to get mad. So as we review how to price your woodworking projects as you're just starting out, here's the 5 things to remember, okay? Number 1, stop pricing based on what you would pay. That's the biggest one. Stop doing that. Number 2, find a simple formula that works. Material cost divided by 0.3 will get you started, and then from there, you'll have more accurate estimates in terms of labor, and you can build out a more comprehensive formula for quoting. Number 3 is always price the project, not the hours. Get away from quoting based on how many hours you're gonna have a project. Price it based on what it's worth. Number 4 is you need to be focusing on raising your prices sooner than you think. Now, you need to be building a brand that is trustworthy and reputable so that you can justify more premium prices, okay? And then number 5 is make sure that you're always collecting a 50% deposit. It's going to protect you. It's going to ensure that they're serious. It's going to cover your material costs, and it should be non-refundable. This should not be optional. If you had to wiggle to a third deposit to solidify their order, a second half third when you're starting, and then the last third when you get done. As we wrap this video up today, a few things. If this was helpful for you, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm a little biased, but I think this would be one of the most helpful channels that you could subscribe to. And then I got a couple resources for you. Number 1 is our free ebook. So it's an ebook that I wrote that really outlines my journey starting and scaling and selling my own custom furniture company, how I did it, where I made mistakes, and how I can prevent you from making the same ones, okay? And it's completely free. So just click the link in the description below. You'll go to my website, you'll enter your first name and your email address, and then we'll ship that out to you via email. The last thing today is our custom furniture launch program. If you are serious about getting to $10,000 to $20,000 per month within the next 4 to 6 months inside of your business, we have a formula to get you there. We've done it over 250 times with our clients, and there's absolutely no reason that you couldn't be the next. I'm going to post a bunch of wins and a bunch of screenshots right here as I'm talking, so you can kind of see some of the stuff that's happening inside of our program on a consistent and day by day, weekly basis. Guys knocking down $3,000, $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 orders, having their first $20,000 a month, their first $40,000 a month, their first $80,000 a month, right? And so we have created a process that consistently generates great results, and we've tested all across the country. So if you're interested in checking that out, be sure to fill out the application. We'll hop on a call and see if it's a good fit. And other than that, as always, I love and appreciate you guys, and I will see you all in the next one.